guys, if you clicked on this video, chances are you looked at the date and you said, oh shoot, April's almost over. Now, if you are unaware, Roblox Stores Ranked is only for the month of April. Once May hits, the entire event is gone. So people are still scrambling to get BLOXXER. Now there's only a few days left, but today I'm going to show you how you can get it in just one day. So after you watch this video, you could theoretically get BLOXXER. So listen up. So the first step is just simply finding a server. And to do this, all you have to do is just join the server with the most people, and I'll explain why in a second. So let's assume you're starting out as a noob. As a noob, you only need to get 5,000 points until you get to the next rank. Now, if you're playing this game for the first time, well, you actually need to lock in. But I assume most of the people that are watching right now are past the noob rank, but if you're not, do not worry, keep watching this video. So here's pretty much what you gotta do. If you've never played the game before, I highly recommend playing in a private server first and just playing by yourself to understand the mechanics. It'll make things a lot easier on your first run. Now, since you're a noob, the match tax is not very high. If you guys don't know what that is, pretty much, depending on how many people are playing and your rank, you get a number of tax. As you can see, it's on the screen right here. You guys can take a pause right now, screenshot if you need to, or just don't. It's really up to you. So pretty much what the match tax does is it's your biggest enemy in this game. So which is why you need to get more points than there is match tax. Because match tax could either make or break your rank. Okay, so once you get past noob, you are now at starter. Now, a lot of people quit here, but if you're trying to get BLOXXER, you can't. I'd say from starter to the next rank, which is combatant, I think this is probably one of the hardest phases in the game. Because one, you actually have to lock in. You can't die. You cannot be first to die anymore. As a noob, you can still die first and you can still squeeze out a couple points. Now, if you do not get like the top 50%, you are going to lose points, which is pretty bad because you need 10,000. So for this one, you just need to really lock in and get that 10,000 points. Now, an easy way to do this is entities. Entities most likely like Blitz, Rush, and Ambush. So pretty much all I gotta do is if you're in a crowd and you hear one of the entities coming, if you get in a closet and there's still some noobs in the room who just don't have a closet, you're gonna get a ton of points that way. So make sure you always get in a closet, okay? It's better to get in a closet than just to hide in a room. Now, I'm not saying that you should go out and actively search for a closet. If entities are coming, just get in the first thing you see. If that happens just to be an open room, then do that. Which is my next point. You need to start learning how to avoid rush, ambush, and blitz without a closet. Because it's something that you really need to learn. If you don't know this already, ranked is going to be really difficult. Okay, so here's how it works. Basically, when Rush is coming through the game, he has like a sensor or something. And if you're far enough away from him or you're behind like a wall in like another room, he can't get to you. So if you're in a side room that has like items in it, or if you can also hide behind doors, if you do that, that is insane. And that will save you if there's no closets nearby. So make sure you do that. But yeah, for this one, just lock in and you could probably get from starter to combatant in under an hour if you just really lock in. Alright, cool. So now you just got past starter and you are now a combatant. Now this might sound weird, but things are now going to start getting a little bit easier because now you kind of understand the mechanics of the game. Now here's something that may de-stress some of you. You cannot lose your rank. What I mean by this is once you make it to a rank, you can't go down from that rank. So yes, you can lose points, but you will stay at a combatant. So once you get to 0 points at combatant, that's where you're going to stay. So you don't necessarily have to worry about you losing your rank once you get there. So you can kind of chill out now. Once you start the rank, you can relax a little bit, but don't relax too much. I'm going to give you some more tips. So the next tip are bombs and big bombs. Now, what you shouldn't do is just carelessly throw them. What you should do, though, find a crowd of people and throw them and make sure you hit someone. Like, deliberately aim to hit someone. Do you know why? You're going to get extra points if you hit a player. It's called a direct hit. Usually gives you an extra like 50 points. And they fall over. Chances are they're also going to get hit by the bomb. Overall, just way more points. So save your bombs if you can. Now, I understand if there's not a lot of people left. Just try to hit the other person. it's getting a crowd's gonna be a lot harder. But if it's the beginning of the game and you have a bomb, try to throw it into a crowd if you can. Great job. You have now gotten another 10,000 points and are now at rank soldier. So I think that's something pretty good if you're asking me, well, we can do better. So the next thing I'm going to talk about here is going to be throwable props. If you don't know what that means, pretty much indoors ranked, you can pick up like plants and chairs and pretty much a lot of other smaller things and throw them at people. Now, for every person that you hit, you are going to get 25 points. Now, here's something that I did, but it doesn't work. Do not try to go into a private server with an alt account and just spam prop hit them. Once you're at this kind of level, it just stops working. It's inefficient, and you end up getting killed by dread. It's not worth it. I don't recommend trying it. 1, it's very boring and annoying to do. 2, you get barely any points out of it, where you'd have to do it like 100 times for you to even get anywhere near ranking up. And 3, like, come on. Like, you're really gonna try to get a rank just by, like, cheating? I would never do that. I definitely do not use AFK to get free points. I would never. But all jokes aside, you really shouldn't do that because it's not gonna help you at all. And look, here's just another word of advice. You don't have to use everything immediately. You can save items. I feel like people forget that you can just not use it immediately. So if you need to, just wait and hold on to an item because you might find a way better opportunity to use it later in the run. But let's talk about one more thing. Being first. Now, first can either make you a ton of points or could make you lose a ton of points. Now, what you kind of have to do is kind of feel out the crowd a little bit. If you're playing with a bunch of low-ranked noobs, go in front. Because chances are they'll end up killing each other at the very start, just from entities, and you're going to have a pretty easy win. Now, if you're playing with a bunch of pros, I highly do not recommend going in front. Most of the time, you're going to get spammed with props. They're going to be hitting you. You're going to be getting hit with everything. Like, it's not good. So, really try to feel out the crowd before choosing whether to go first or not. If it is the beginning of the game, go first. But if a ton of people are throwing props at you, like a lot, then I would fall back a little bit and maybe stay right behind the crowd so you can hit them instead. So once you have gotten another 15,000 points, you are now at Warrior. You are so close to becoming a BLOXXER, and there's only a few more things I'm going to teach you, and pretty much you've got BLOXXER in the bag. The first thing is going to be the nanner peels. If you don't know what nanner peels are, they're bananas peels. Pretty much, if you find a banana peel, you can eat the banana for a little bit of health. And you can also have the banana peel and place it on the ground. Now, I highly recommend trying to get to the front and then placing it on like the doorway or something. Because then everyone is going to trip on it. It's going to get a ton of points. It's going to be really funny. Okay? So, make sure you do that. I think a lot of people forget is that you have 3 lives in this game. Technically. As in, like, you have 300 health. So, if you run over a health spawner, and it looks like it did nothing, because it gives you 10 health, but you have to do that 30 times to get to max. So, that's kind of why it always seems like nothing. But remember, you have 3 lives worth of health. So, it's okay if you get hurt a little bit, you know? It's not the end of the world. Now, the next combination of items I'm about to show you is probably the most OP, get you the most points, insane. You will not believe this. But before I do that, let's talk about the hiding box. Now, what is the hiding box? Pretty much the hiding box is a box that you can hide in when an entity is coming. So instead of having a closet or just like, another hidden room where the entities just can't reach you, a hiding box can be used anywhere, but it is one-time use. Now, when should you use it? Ambush. So, if you don't know with ambush, you have to get in and out of closets, right? You can't stay in one closet because hide will come. And so, basically, how hide works is that, like, since you're in... if you get out of a closet, you can't jump back in the same one, right? So, ambush can get pretty annoying. But with the hiding box, it's way easier because you just go in the hiding box, and once... there's no hide. So, ambush can come and go, and you just wait for ambush to finish, and you don't have to move at all. It is insanely OP. But, alright, let's go back to the next OP method that I was just about to tell you that can get you a ton of points really fast. Okay, so A90 stop sign and the knock bomb are absolutely insane together. If you have these two things early on, you can pretty much get a ton of points really fast. Here's exactly what you do. So what you're going to want to do is find a group of people, right? Activate A90 stop sign. Now, this will make A90 spawn in for all these people. So they have to stop, right? Okay. And now what you do is you throw the knock bomb at them and they will all go flying. Now, here's the weird thing about A90. It doesn't matter if you are moving your character, as if your character in-game moves at all. So if you hit the person with a prop or something and they fall over during A90, they instantly get hurt by A90. Now, but here's the thing. The knock bomb will make everyone go flying. So if they all have A90 at that moment, when you throw it, they will all go flying and all fail A90, resulting in giving you so many points. It is actually insane. Now, okay, while you can do that, you can also kill people in this game with the golden blaster. So here's the thing about the golden blaster. I have mixed feelings about it. I think you should save the golden blaster. I don't just shoot random people. Save it. You know why? Because when someone's getting low and they have 100 health or less, that's when you use the golden gun blaster. Because the golden gun blaster does 100 damage. So it's an instant kill if they have less than 100 health or 100 or less health. So pretty much don't use it just immediately, because if you use it, they can just heal their health back. But if they are low, use it so that way you'll get killed before they heal. And so now, finally, another 15,000 points later, you're finishing up your final round. The last player dies. You win. And then you realize something. You just got all the points you need, and you are a BLOXXER. You won, bro. You finally got it. So yeah, guys, you finally did it. You became a BLOXXER, and you finally feel complete. Now, what you can do is, if you want to feel even better about yourself, I guess you can keep playing and be the highest ranking BLOXXER. I personally am not going to do that. I don't have the time for that. If you want to do that, that is a whole separate thing for you. But it is still pretty cool that you just have the title as BLOXXER, which this sticks after the update too. So be sure you can definitely flex on your friends. Now, remember how I said that you can do this all in one day? Well, I wasn't lying, because in total, my playtime was only like under 15 hours. So while that does seem like a long time, that is still less than one day, so you could technically grind that out. Now, I want you guys to really lock in, because time is running out. So by the time you see this video, it might already be too late. So make sure that you check your calendar, and it's not May yet, because that means you can still play Doors Ranked, and you can still get BLOXXER. But until then, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.